everyone. Welcome back to the Unofficial Podcast. Today, I have an episode with none other than the Hanami. But before we get into the episode, I would like to make an announcement that from this episode onward, all of the podcast will be pre recorded and posted on this channel. So I will no longer be doing podcasts on stream. I asked a lot of you guys which one you prefer, and a lot of people said that they prefer this format. Some people were neutral, but I find that this format is a lot easier with scheduling guests and things like that. So, yeah. Um, this episode is going to be all about art rambles, if you will. And it will be a more visual episode. So if you're an audio listener only, I highly recommend you watch this episode. But if you can't, we will do our best to just ramble what we show. And yeah. Hello?
Hello?
Hey.
Hi.
Okay, so introduce yourself for those who don't know you.
Hello, I am Hanami. I stream a lot of FPS games and rhythm games.
Mm-hmm.
And you can watch my streams at twitch.tv/vhanami.
Yay! So I already told them that today's episode is art rambling, and Hana was actually the one that came to me about this episode, and I was like, "Wait, that sounds so fun!" And I already tell them that this will be a more visual episode, so I think that they should watch it, but that we'll try our best to talk about what we show, you know?
I think it'll be fine
Yeah.
because most of what I'm talking about is just, descriptions.
Yeah. Appreciation of the art, if you will.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so let me switch and show. Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, let's get it. Oh, so pretty.
Okay. So when I think of like art, I think of like things that more appeal to like emotions, right?
Okay.
And that is why I chose these two.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is Ichiko Alba, and
Mm-hmm.
the second one is Annabelle. Um, if you've probably heard of Ichiko Alba before, she's
Yeah.
getting kind of her own like niche kind of fan base.
Oh, okay.
Uh, I'm not exactly sure where I found her music, but I remember when I listened to it for the first time, I was like, "Oh, this is exactly what I needed to, like, listen to
Oh.
for, like, all these years."
Oh, wait, that's actually so sweet.
And, some of her music, was actually kind of, in a way, indirectly brought to me from a movie,
Oh, are you
that
gonna talk about
I
it later?
yeah, I put it in the list.
Okay.
But, yeah, the movie had a soundtrack, that had what kinda had a similar theme to Ichiko
Mhm.
Alba,
Mhm.
but not, like, the same sound. But,
Mm.
basically what Ichiko Alba is, it's like her music is kinda, like, ethereal, kinda, like, spacey. I don't
Oh,
know
yeah, and like the
the
picture that
word
you
for it.
picked and like the album covers that you picked, I feel like perfectly describe that like spacey feeling.
Yeah, it's, like, comforting in a way.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
the album in the front, though,
Mhm.
um, Gift at Sogetsu Hall, it's
Mhm.
actually, a compilation of live performances.
Oh, okay.
But even though it is just live performances and not its own album, the atmosphere that is given at a concert hall kinda gave it, like, a separate feeling
Like kind of like an out
to
of
the
body
original songs.
experience, you know?
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
Cause when you listen to the Sogetsu Hall version next to
Mhm.
the original version of the song,
Mm.
you can hear that there's quite a difference.
Really? What songs would you suggest people listen to if they were to like listen and compare like one of her songs?
I believe my favorite one from the Sogetsu Hall, um, like, versions,
Mhm.
I would say Amuletum.
Amuletum.
Um,
Okay.
when I listen to Amuletum, it has more of a, like, ethereal kind of vibe to it. It's more like it's, like, echoey, has, a lot less emphasis on the instrumentals and more of her vocals.
Oh,
And
okay.
when you listen to the original version, I feel like most people would not like it as much.
Really? Versus the live version?
Yeah,
Oh,
because,
interesting.
there is a lot many more, like, different instruments used in the original song, and in the live version, I'm pretty sure it's just her playing the guitar.
Oh, so it's like it's a more stripped down version of the song.
Yeah, but even though it's stripped down, it kinda adds to the song
To the
somehow.
song.
Yeah, in a way.
No, there are actually some songs that I prefer stripped down rather than or like there are some songs where I prefer the acoustic version rather than like the professional like studio version of the song. I don't know,
Yeah.
something about it's just like it's nice. It's like you said, comforting. So Annabelle, I've never heard of her, I don't think.
She compared to Ichika Aba, she's, like, not known at all.
Wow, yeah, okay.
Um, yeah, funny thing is, I actually found her through Osu, I believe.
Oh my god.
So,
It all
um
comes back to wait, in your intro, I was surprised that you didn't bring up Osu, that you play a lot of Osu.
I it's just a game I play.
Oh,
Um,
mhm. Mhm,
I
mhm.
don't I don't particularly wanna be known for playing Osu, but,
Osu.
I mean,
Okay, for
if it
sure.
is that, then it's just, it is what it is.
Mhm. So you found
Okay,
her through Osu. Okay,
yeah,
describe her music.
unlike Ichika Aba, she has a lot of distinct sounds because I think she's just merely a vocalist.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so with Seraph,
Mhm.
she was in a band called Seraph, and it's like more like it's like a pop rock kind of sound. I'm not really
Ooh,
sure how to describe the
okay.
genre, but
Okay.
I think maybe it's like math rock, I would say, but she has a particular different sound compared to the other 2.
Okay.
So if you listen to Seraph, you might actually think it's like a different artist
Wow,
that is on
really?
there.
Do you
Yeah.
like do you prefer her old stuff or her now newer stuff? Or do you like all of it?
I um,
'Cause
I
you already
think she has a
know.
good range. I think she has a good
Okay,
range,
okay. Because we've
you know?
talked before about like certain artists where I like their I'm gonna bring up Luna. Those are my girls, but I do prefer their older music rather than their music that they have now that they're like split
Oh,
up
yeah,
into
for
like
sure.
different subunits and stuff like that. Yeah, we talked about
Mhm.
that. Like
Yeah, we did.
so
Yeah, that's
for Annabelle, what songs would you recommend for people to listen to if you had to recommend a couple songs?
okay, so the thing is, I don't think she's had oh, no, she's had, like, 2 actual albums, but
Mm.
the songs that are shown, Seraph, Ombre, and Fall into a Lilac Slumber, those are singles, I believe. So I would recommend those songs. Um, for some reason, she tends to be in a lot of different groups.
Mm.
For Ombre, she also has a different artist name for that
Wait,
called
for real?
Nina. Yeah,
Then
I
how the
believe
hell do
it's
you
the
find her? What?
I do a lot of digging.
He's a real stan.
I believe, Nina is a collaboration with some other artist. I'm not sure what her name is.
Okay. Cool. And would you say like these are your favorite artists right now, or like these are your favorite artists of like all time? Or
I
is
feel
it
like
more like you like because since we're talking about like art and like rambling about mediums of music or mediums of art that we like, is it just the most like artistic music? Like
yeah,
do you oh okay.
I'd say, these are the 2, music artists for me that portray, like, my kind of art in music.
Mm. Okay. Got you. Okay. I like
Yeah,
that. I
but
like that.
I listen to a multitude of different things. I've spent, like, years trying to find, like, my true sound, and I think these
Mm.
2 are the people that could possibly be that.
I think that's really cool though. Like I feel like you have a very like unique taste in music, which is good because I feel like I have a very basic taste in music. And honestly, now seeing your artist, I'm like, I don't know if I don't know if mine is going to stand well because they're very well one I feel like they're popular, but they're not like like they're not mainstream, but they are pretty popular like in their own regard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. I mean, yeah, Ichiko Alga could fit in that category, but thing is, I haven't really ever heard an artist that sounds like Ichiko Alba.
I think that's great though.
Even with Annabelle, right?
Mhm.
She's only super similar to like a certain extent. So I feel like putting Ichiko Alba not on this list would be like a crime
Oh, I
because
love
she is the
that.
only one. She is the only one that makes that sound.
Mhm. All right.
Right.
Next. This, oh my gosh, this is so aesthetic just looking at it. I don't know.
Yeah. Painting, I have tried it a bit before, but it's
Mhm.
nothing super serious. It's just like a few,
Like for
like,
fun.
yeah. And I was like out with friends one time, and we all like had to paint something, and then after 5 minutes, we pass it around, and then
Mhm.
we'd collaborate and like add on to each other's painting.
Oh
So
my
that was pretty cool.
god. Wait, that's such a fun activity. Wait, that's actually
Yeah,
so I feel like knowing my friend group though, there's going to be one fucking asshole who fucks up the entire painting. Like
yeah. I'm fortunate to not have any friends like that.
okay, that's good. But that's such a fun activity. So wait, so it starts with a base and then you guys just pass like when do you pass it around? Like how much do you add before you pass?
Oh, like, you have a blank canvas, right? And then you
Mhm.
just do whatever you want with it, and
Mhm.
then after 5 minutes, you pass it around, and then they add on to it.
Oh. Wait, that's actually such a fun I want to do that now with my even if they fuck it up. I want to do that cuz that seems really really fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. I ended up, just painting a flower
Oh,
on, like,
so what did
all
it
of the canvases.
what was the outcome in the end?
Some came out really well, and then some kinda just evolved into their own kinda thing.
Mm.
So, mine I started off with the flower, so everyone else drew a flower, so it just became a garden, right?
Oh, that's pretty. That's cute.
But, another one, I think they were trying to, like, make a hot air balloon, but, someone misinterpreted it,
Oh
so
no.
it became a very colorful cat.
Wait, that's actually so cool though. From a freaking hot air balloon to a cat. I love that.
Yeah, it was cool.
Wait, this
Um,
reminds me of that game mode in Gartic. I think there's a Gartic phone game mode like this.
oh, no, I feel yeah, I think that is a thing. It sounds
Yeah.
familiar.
Oh my gosh, wait, that sounds so since there's so many like artist friends in the group, I feel like that would be a fun activity for you guys to do is that. Like except obviously digital. And that would be a really good stream idea, I think.
Yeah, I might have to tell them about that later.
Yeah, you should. You should. I think that's such a good idea because everyone has their own different styles of like art, and so I think if they were to like combine them and like you said, like interpret it, like how they interpreted the freaking balloon into a colorful cat, I think that'd be really really sick to see. Especially like the process of it being done on stream. I think everyone's different POV, things like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea too.
So
But anyways,
tell us about this artist that you have right here. I love these pieces. They're beautiful. I've never heard of this artist before, so.
okay, so somewhere in the TikTok algorithm,
Oh,
um,
TikTok. Hey.
they figured out that I am the number one Ichika Alba fan, right?
Oh my
And there
god.
happened to be an artist
Oh,
that
okay.
would constantly use Ichika Alba's songs for filming their videos.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
this is Tomoro Yamanaka. He is a Japanese artist. Um, the thing that brought me toward his pieces is how, like, the movement and the flow of the paintings
Mhm.
and, like, how it kinda looks, like, serene in a way.
Mhm.
Um, with, like and I think, his techniques are actually really interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Uh, how he does all his paintings is that it's like masking. He tapes everything,
Oh,
and then
really? Okay.
yeah, so all those lines were done with, masking tape.
Wow. Wait, how does he curve it like that?
I'm not sure.
That's
Um,
amazing. Cause to me, it looks like, well, obviously it's not one brush stroke, but like he makes it look like it's as good as just like like a couple strokes of the brush, and then he puts the detail into the faces. But that's amazing.
yeah, exactly, right? I'm not used to, like, seeing such clean lines done with
Yeah, it's
paint. So
super clean.
I was, like, super curious. So I went to his, Instagram page, and then I
Mm-hmm.
saw that, oh, it's done with tape that's
Wait,
cut.
I'm gonna follow him right now because, yeah, I love like it. I love that it actually looks like their hair. Like,
Yeah, it's great.
yeah,
I don't know. I wish I could do something like that.
yeah, like it looks simple. Like you would think that it's simple, but like, nah, that takes
Oh,
technique,
yeah.
technique and
When
skill
I
for
when I
sure.
first looked at it, I was like, "Oh, I could probably do this digitally." And then I was like, "Wait, no.
No, no.
There's a lot of, like, things taken into account
Oh my
that
gosh,
I didn't
wait, yeah,
realize
I'm
at
watching
first."
one of the videos. It is just tape.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So I'm pretty sure he has a mural somewhere. I don't know the exact location, but he made a mural.
Oh, that's
And I'd like to visit that
awesome.
someday when I come to Japan on
Wait,
vacation.
these pieces are so cool. Like, again, I love that it genuinely looks like hair. And I also like his use of the hair, like embodying, like the one on the right, it looks like it's her. You can tell that she's in motion. Like I can imagine
Yeah,
her just like either the wind is blowing her hair or she's like running or something. I love the one on the top right too. She's just like sitting or like she's just chilling. It's a nice contrast from the other ones because her hair is white in that one. So I think that one's really cool too. I don't know. It's I've never seen art like this before. It's very unique.
yeah. Um, I think what appealed to me so much is like the use of like positive and negative space.
Yeah. It's
But
not.
at the same time trying to like show that there's a lot of movement.
Yeah, I think he uses that to his advantage because I mean, like with negative, there's not too much of it to where it just feels like blah. Like it's not boring. Like especially
Mhm.
the one next to the top right one, right in the middle. Like had he
Yep.
just left it white, I think it would have looked kind of boring. But since the background is like some splattered paint type background, it actually adds to it.
Yeah, I think, without that background, I wouldn't have added it to
Right?
the slide.
Yeah. Like imagine if it was just like the other ones, like the one on the bottom. I think the reason why the one on the bottom works so well is because the black there's a good balance between the black and the white.
Yeah, I think, this person has, some of their pieces in a museum
Oh, okay. I gotta check it
and
out. If it's
oh,
anywhere
an
near
art
Tokyo,
gallery.
if it's anywhere near Tokyo, since I'm going in March, I would love to go see it because it's really nice.
Oh, yeah, it's in a gallery called Artus Gallery. I don't know what that is.
Artos Gallery. It's in Fukuoka-shi. I can't. I can't.
Fukuoka?
Fukuoka-shi. Yes, Japan.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
well, I want to go see that.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through their Instagram and they have really cool artists. Like really cool. Whoa, like I'm seeing there's a dude that did art on a banana
What?
peel. Yeah. If you like okay, that's crazy. If you go on his profile and you just click on the Artus Gallery Instagram, scroll down a bit, and there's literally someone that drew on a banana.
I've
Slay.
never Oh, I see it.
Yeah, you see it. Wait,
Oh, wait, that's interesting.
wait, isn't
Oh, it looks like,
it?
I think it looks like a stick-a-poke.
Yeah. Kind of cool though. Very
Huh.
interesting. They have very
I've never seen that
I've
before.
never seen that either. Wow, wait, the art's sick. Damn.
Yeah,
Well, we'll see if I can pencil that into my trip because I would love to see uh these art. So I'm well, now I'm more curious because you said that the way that you did the slides is that you did it in I guess art forms that you is it from which one you prefer the least to the most or the most to the least?
um, it's like must have actually, no, it's kinda jumbled a bit, so
Oh,
I
it's
think you
jumbled.
just disregard that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So with painting, like, would you say that you out of all the I guess traditional if we're gonna talk about traditional mediums of art, like when people usually think art, they think like painting, sculpting, drawing, that kind of stuff. Would you say painting is
Mhm.
your favorite or
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah, out of the
nice?
traditional, I think
Mm.
painting would be my favorite. I think I'd like it even more if I was good at it too.
Dude, painting is so fucking hard. Like it's actually so hard. I remember back in like fucking middle school, I bought like cheap ass paint from the art store and I was like, I'm gonna learn how to paint. And I'm like, how the fuck do you even start? Obviously, I got watercolor. Watercolor is even harder, I feel, because
Yeah,
it's so
I've
runny,
seen
you know?
yeah, I've seen a lot of good watercolor art, and I'm just like,
How?
how do you control that?
How do you know? I don't even know. I don't know how they do it. Yeah, I wish I knew how to paint. Whenever I think about um painting, I think of that one anime, Blue Period.
I've never
Have you
heard of
seen?
that.
Oh my god, I think you would love it. We're fucking talking about art, but like if you want to watch an art anime, Blue Period, because in the anime they actually got art from art students in Japan and they used that as the art mediums that they would show in the show. And it's basically all about this kid who's in high school. He's really good in school, gets perfect grades, everything. He thinks his life is set, right? But then he discovers his love for art and he's not that good at it at first. So he just spends the rest of his senior year in high school practicing art, going to art school, getting better at the craft because it's something that he was like really, really passionate about. So I really really recommend you watch it. It's so so good. It's so wholesome. It's on Netflix and the art that they show is really cool too. And it shows him like his progression of art because it starts from him like sketching and he has to do like different mediums like sketch, art, sculpting. Um, and it's really like informational as well. So yeah, I think you'd like it. You should check it out.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me know.
Um, I think another similar anime would be, Owl Haru Ride or Blue Spring Ride.
I
I think it
love
has
Blue Spring Ride. That's my
yeah,
favorite romance anime.
I think yeah, I'm pretty sure it uses, that similar look and feel where it's, like, kind of, like, watercolored in a way.
It's
Or
beautiful, yeah.
yeah, if you look at it, it's kinda like a painting. There
Yeah.
are some shots that, are really, really good. and
Yeah.
uses a lot of, like, the paint,
No, I
and it just, like
love yeah.
it creates, like, a whole different tone in that moment. It's really good.
No, the manga artist slash author for Blue Spring Bride, I've read her other works too, and the covers of her works are so I follow her on Instagram and Twitter. Like I love her style. It's just so the best way I can describe it is it's very soft. Like it's soft and it like feels like cozy in a way. I don't know. It's very, very pretty. I have like the entire collection of Love Me Not, which is her second um series after Aruharu Ride, and I just like fawn over the covers because they're just so gorgeous. Like, yeah, I also like that. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I like that you mentioned the art style because there's actually, I don't know what it's called. I feel like it's like a music group,
Mhm.
um, called Honeyworks, and, oh yeah, they're a Japanese vocaloid musical group.
Mm.
I believe they just do covers over vocaloid music,
Oh,
but
cool.
with a lot of their art, they have a similar art style, I would say, to,
Mm.
like, that's, like, specific kinda thing. Um, it's I think it's, like, really distinct, and whenever I see something like that, it's kinda, "Oh, this kinda looks like How to Ride,"
Mhm.
and, I I don't know if they have an anime. I feel like they might, but, um, what most of their art consists of is that style. They use it for, like, all their music videos, or at least I think most of their music videos,
Mhm.
and, yeah.
Yeah, I man, I wish I was good at painting. Fuck. I can't even draw stick figures, so you know.
You can start today.
Hey, we I can get back on those Bob Ross paintings, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Great.
I don't know. I don't know if MS Paint's good for you, though.
Okay, okay. If those who are listening who don't know, during my 24-hour stream, I followed a Bob Ross tutorial in MS Paint. Was it good? You know, that's subjective. Um
I mean, it was MS Paint, so,
Oh, but I okay, apparently in MS Paint you can do fucking layers now. You can do layers in MS Paint and all that
um,
shit.
I I think that's like, an extension or a mod or something.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, where's my layers? Because on my MS Paint there weren't layers, but everyone's like, yeah, you can add layers in MS Paint now. They have like different type of brushes and shit. Like you can actually do a lot in MS Paint now. But like you said, I think that's like a mod or something that you add because I didn't have it when I did my Bob Ross painting. But you know, I try my best. I try my best.
Mm, alright.
All right, next is ooh digital art. Okay.
Oh, okay. I think around my birthday was when I first saw art from this artist.
Mm-hmm.
Their name is Hidari Orimoto. Um, I don't know much about her. Um, she's
Her
just
art is
an artist.
beautiful. I
Yeah, she's
really
just an
like it.
artist. I saw on Twitter one day, thanks to the algorithm.
Shout out, no, dude, the Twitter algorithm is so good for discovering artists. Like I follow so many like I think I follow more artists than friends on Twitter because of the algorithm.
Yeah, on Twitter, I started a list of just artists that I liked. There is 161 of them so
Oh
far.
my goodness.
But basically, what she draws is kind of like this angelic, kind of like has a lot of angelic themes. Um, I don't know. It might just be like my own false interpretation, but a
Mm-hmm.
lot of them sense they give me like a sense of like freedom in a way.
Mm, mm,
Because a lot of them just happen to be like, you know, on like outer space and stuff like that, right?
mm-hmm.
Or just like flying around and like um it just a lot of depictions of angels, which really appeals to me.
Yeah, I
I
really
think
like it.
I think seeing angels in art is like my weakness
Oh,
in a
really?
way.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because a lot of, like, angelic like, even, the the horrifying kinda angels,
No,
right?
me too. I was just about to say that, like, how you say that you like look for angels in art, like you're kind of sold. For me, it's more of like the best way I can describe it is grunge. Like I'm really drawn to super like grungy art, and you'll see that when I show my slides. But I these are angelic, but I think because of the colors that they use, and it's kind of like an outer space kind of feeling, it feels like dark or like the atmosphere is like I don't know, cold in a way, because like she's very like they're
Yeah,
using very like cool tone colors, grays, blues, and when they use red, it's only like hints of red is what I'm noticing, which I kind of like that. I like hints of red because then it makes them more impactful, in my opinion.
yeah, and I think, like, it's, I'm gonna be, like, repetitive, but,
That's okay. I'd be like that
seeing
too.
a lot of ethereal, serene, kinda, like, outer worldly kinda themes
Mm-hmm.
is what I like to see the most.
Yeah, I definitely get that vibe. Okay, seeing this artist, I actually thought it was an artist that I follow, and I'm gonna send you their Instagram. Their name is ZQ. Their art is somewhat not very similar, but somewhat similar to this artist, just because he does a lot of um stuff in space. Like he does a lot of drawings in space. If you like go through his images and things like that,
Oh, yeah, it's pretty cool.
right? Yeah. So and I love that artist. I follow him on like Twitter and Instagram as well. Um, but I really like the picture that you chose in the middle because I'm not sure if they painted or like if they drew the whole thing or if they just drew the girl on top of the electrical pole. But it looks like someone took an image and then drew over it. And I
Yeah,
kind of
and,
like
like,
that.
with how the image looks, I kinda can't tell whether or not it's drawn.
Right, I can't tell because that totally could just be like an iPhone image that's like zoomed in, it's a little bit blurry, and then they drew over it. I can't tell.
Yeah, but adding, like, the little drawing on top of the pole,
Yeah.
it adds, like, an extra layer of,
Yeah.
like, surrealism.
Yeah, I really like that. And then the one that I like the most out of all of the ones that you chose is probably the one with the girl and the angel dancing in space. It's really
Yeah,
pretty.
that was beautiful.
If we're talking about negative space, like it again, not a lot of colors is happening, but it feels so like it's just really pretty.
Yeah, the way they draw their environments, like, I feel like
And even
really
the
brings everything
hair.
together.
Like look at the detail on her hair. It's flowing. Even the
It's
girl with
flowing, it's glowing.
yeah, it's flowing, it's glowing. Yeah, but even the girl with the black hair, like you can see the strands, like the strands of hair that are like just sticking out. It's a nice little
Yeah,
detail.
I don't know. And, like, there's, a little, like, how do I call this? Um, there's a hint. I don't know if I would call it that. There's a little bit of symbolism, I would say, that,
Mm.
like, relates to the moon because, if you look in between the, 2 girls dancing,
Mhm.
that looks like the sun, right?
Right.
And it's like, you know how the moon is just, a reflection of the sun?
Yeah.
It's like those 2 girls that are dancing are the moon,
Oh, I
and
like
then when you look up in
that.
space, you can see them dancing.
Wait, I love that interpretation. That's so wait, oh, you know what I just realized too? So the one at the bottom that's lit up is what, supposed to be the sun, and then there is like a planet or something behind them. It's just super dark. I almost didn't notice it, but it is like if you look really closely, like it's definitely a curve. It's definitely like a planet or something. I don't know what it is. Could be the
Mhm.
moon, like you said. But I like
I
that.
mean, yeah, if you look at I mean, if you look at where the light's coming from, I think that would be the moon,
Yeah, I think so too.
but, maybe it's, just 'cause it's, like, it's not so visible that it's trying to
Yeah.
highlight, like, maybe maybe the girls are the moon, you know?
So in terms of like traditional versus digital art, is there one that you prefer more than the other, or do you just like
Um,
them both equally?
I like them. Actually, I'm not totally sure because digital art can just be like an imitation of traditional art, you know?
Right, that's how I feel too. I think it's really cool when I get to see traditional art in person because you can see like the small details and the actual strokes and things like that. Whereas with
Mhm.
digital art, you can replicate that, but if you were to print it, right, you get an art print of digital
It's
art.
like,
You
yeah,
don't
pixels and stuff.
Yeah, you don't get to get that same feeling. Like they can replicate it, but they can't replicate the texture of it unless they were to like manufacture it in a way where it is texturized. Um,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I think it's really cool that artists can express themselves digitally or through normal mediums. I guess the only thing I hate about like the digital art scene now is the whole like AI art type.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's
AI is just like a whole lot of
I mean, I
nothing.
feel like I have like such a good eye to where like I when I you know how the algorithm like pushes art. Most of the time, like
Mhm.
if they like push an AI artist to me, I can automatically tell that it's AI art. Like I can just tell by looking at it, you
No,
know?
but like lately I haven't. I've fallen
Really?
for some.
Wait, for
Yeah,
real?
it,
Oh
it's
my
gotten it's gotten
gosh.
that good.
No, I've seen there was like a whole debate. I don't know if you saw it on your Twitter. It was on my Twitter though. Of this person, they would sketch it, but when they would do the rendering process, they would use AI. And half of people were like, no, like they've done speed paints, they're the one rendering it. But the other half was like, this looks too perfect. They're definitely using like they're doing some of the work, but they're letting AI do the rest of it. I'm not an artist, so I couldn't tell. But looking at the art to me, it was giving lifeless. Like it was giving like, no, this looks like AI. You know how you can just tell like from the
Mm,
face or certain
yeah.
details where it's just
Mhm.
like this I don't know. It just doesn't feel yeah, it's like you said, it's like lifeless.
Yeah. I think it's like ultimately because if you're like doing art to do art, right? I feel like AI art is like should only be a personal use thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
If you're
too. It
like
should not be I don't think it should be used for
commercial
yes.
or like if you're trying to be an artist, don't call yourself an AI artist. Like you are not an artist, you are a typer.
I also think like it's sad because another debate that I've seen on art Twitter is like using AI to help you in certain steps kind of puts you back as an artist because it doesn't allow you the space to learn. Cause
I
like,
mean, yeah,
right?
no, for
Like you
sure.
have to progress as an artist. This is coming from someone who's not an artist, but I have a little brother who is an artist, and you know, like you kind of. I feel like as an artist, in order to progress, you have to learn. You have to go through the steps to know how to make your art better. And if you're just using a software system, and it's kind of like if you try to ride a bike, like, and you only have the training wheels on forever and you never take
Mhm.
it off. It's like you're never gonna learn how to ride a bike without the training wheels if you just keep it on the whole time. Like, sure, it's easier, but wouldn't you want to eventually get over that hump? You know?
Yeah. And like if you're gonna use AI to help you with your art, I kind of don't know what you're doing because there are already a lot of the resources for learning artists by
Mm-hmm.
other
By
artists.
other artists, yeah. By other
So I
artists.
don't see why you would use AI when you literally have everything that you need in the internet. That's like already made for you.
Yeah, I it sucks too because then people also like it sucks because people are starting to use AI art rather than commissioning actual artists, and
hmm
it's just a feel like obviously from a business standpoint, it's cheaper, so it's better for them. But it's also like you said, it's so fucking lifeless. Like it's so boring. It's boring. It's all gonna be the same. I don't know. Nothing for me, literally nothing can replicate like art made by the hands of someone.
Yeah, for sure. And, like, a lot of these, like, tech people, they're like, "Oh my god, AI is the future." Like, "We're not gonna buy from artists anymore. We're just gonna use AI."
That's
I
so sad to me.
I don't think that's even, like, possible
No, I
because
don't think it is. I mean, like, even the okay, even the traditional artists that we just saw, the one that you showed with like the paint, like, come on, like that. Everyone has their own unique style. Like even just like looking at the art, the one on the far right with the moon, like it's not perfect. You can see that it's not perfect, but I kind of like that. It kind of gives like a shiny effect of her being in space, just laying
Mhm.
down her wings. Like it's nice. I like it.
Yeah, and, like, I feel as, like, art is a reflection of emotion,
Yeah.
and since AI can't feel anything, it's their art sucks.
Yeah, that's why it feels so lifeless. That's why it feels so there's no connection. I feel nothing when
Yeah,
I see
exactly.
AI art. But with these images, like I feel like the one in the middle in particular, the one where we can't tell if it's like a picture taken and they drew on top of it, it for some reason it gives me a feeling of like nostalgia. Like I feel nostalgic
Mhm.
looking at it.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. That was a long talk about digital art. Okay, let's go into the next. Oh, cinematography. Let's go. Okay.
Okay, I've only recently gotten into movies.
Oh,
I
okay.
never really watched movies. It didn't really interest me because I could be gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but, I've been lucky to have really good recommendations.
Heck yeah, we love that.
So yeah, it's about, there is Everything Everywhere All at Once, Nobody Knows, and All About Lily Chocho.
Ooh.
Um, I think I think all of um, these mess with my emotions so much.
Oh, so it like connects to you on a emotional level. I mean, like you said though, this whole time you said that like art, your favorite type of art is ones where you can kind of like feel an emotional connection,
Yeah,
right?
mhm, and, no, I wouldn't say I can relate to them. I mean, there are certain things that I could relate to, but all in all,
I don't think you have to relate to
that's like the
something in order to like
yeah,
feel.
I feel what the character is feeling, you know?
I think any movie or any show or even like with any form of art, if it can evoke a certain feeling, then you know that it's good art. You know that it's like
Yeah,
it did what it had to do, you know?
mhm. For these movies, I chose, 1 movie for 3 categories.
Oh, okay. So what yeah,
Um,
run me down the categories that you picked for each movie. So Everything Everywhere All at
okay,
Once, everyone, I feel like most people know that one.
yeah, that one was for the message.
I love I love the message of that movie, especially
I
coming
know, it's so
from
beautiful.
an Asian American household. Um I personally related, maybe not to the same extent because I was never like my relationship with my mom was actually pretty good, but just the pressure, I guess, that you feel.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think for me, Everything Everywhere All at Once was about the love,
Yeah.
and that, like
Yeah.
and I don't wanna spoil things, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah, we're gonna keep it spoiler free because I definitely think
wait,
you guys should watch this movie. It's so good.
at
I
a
think it's like
standstill.
kind of like choosing your path in life without feeling guilty about it.
Yeah,
And
exactly,
just
right.
being accepted by the ones that you love, by the ones that care the most. Because, like, I feel like the movie's message is kind of saying, we seek approval from our family because those are the people that we love and that we obviously want to make happy, right? But at the same time,
Mhm,
we don't want them to hinder what we want to do with our lives. And so they kind of show that journey with, the mother and the daughter. And kind of like you said, like it's all about, like, at the end of the day, it's just how much you love that person. It doesn't matter,
mhm,
hardships, things like that, the logistics of things, just wanting, the person that you love to be genuinely happy.
Yeah. That yeah, that basically sums it up for me.
You know what's awesome too is like actually okay, after watching the movie, looking at this movie poster, they have so many little tidbits to
Yeah,
scenes in the movie.
nods.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nods.
I
I
know.
fucking love especially the googly eye one in the middle with on the statue.
Yeah, the Goog oh, that one, I
That
did not expect, like, the execution to
it's
be
so
so
good. Like
good
this movie poster is actually perfect. If you've seen the movie, this is perfect. Like I love it.
because, like, you look at this movie poster and you, like, understand.
Yeah, you're literally like, okay, this is from that scene, this is from that scene. Oh, and there's this is yeah, like I'm just seeing like so many little things from the movie. I'm like, holy shit, they really like jam packed it in there.
Yeah, like, when you first see it, right, you might just think, like, "Oh, it's chaotic and stuff," right? But when you watch the movie and look back at it, you
Yeah.
feel a connection to it in a
Yeah,
way,
you're
like,
like,
you
oh my
understand
gosh.
everything. Like,
Yeah.
you understand what's going on, or like, in the chaos.
I kind of love that. I love that.
Yeah, it's a
So
great movie.
tell me about Nobody Knows because I have not heard of this film.
Okay, Nobody Knows was a movie made in, I think, like, the early 2000s.
Mhm.
I think it's older than me. Um
Oh my god. Okay, I feel old. Anyways, continue.
um, it is a movie about, a family that moves in to a house, a single mother, and I think, like, 3 other kids?
Mhm.
No, 4, I think it's 4. They move into a house, and, um, the mom ends up meeting some guy, and she leaves the children to live by themselves.
What?
So this one for me, I categorized it in the emotions. Um,
Oh, okay.
seeing, like, oh my, like, seeing these children try to, like, live without, like, money and stuff,
Mhm.
and, like, trying to be there for each other.
Mhm.
It was so sad, it hit me so hard, especially,
Yeah.
the end, it was so sad. I was crying so hard. I cried
Oh
to
my
sleep that night.
gosh.
It was so yeah, it was terrible.
Oh no. So this is a movie
Like
that I gotta watch when I feel like crying, when I wanna
yeah,
cry.
and, like, the main like, the oldest son, he just wanted to go to school.
Oh no, that's wait, so why didn't the mom leave? Or do they
Uh,
tell that in the movie?
okay,
Do they is that
so
like
they're yeah, I mean, it's not totally important, but they are struggling financially.
Mhm.
She moved into the house with the oldest son,
Mhm.
and then all the other kids were in a suitcase hiding. So, because they weren't supposed to have that many people, or else they would be kicked out of the
Oh.
like, the apartment.
Uh-huh.
So, the other
Oh.
siblings had to live in secrecy.
Damn.
Mhm.
Dang.
It was a really sad movie. I did not expect to, like, be crying so hard, but there's a particular scene in the movie where
Mhm.
it's gonna go down.
Oh,
And then
damn.
when it happened, I literally, like, jumped out of my seat and yelled at my monitor.
I love when movies can, like, evoke that kind of emotion from you. It's kinda nice.
Ah, oh, I don't know if I can handle that again.
Okay, so the
Okay.
final category, we have All About Lily Cho Cho? Is Choo Choo? Cho
Yep.
Cho. Choo Choo?
They say choo choo in the movie,
Oh,
but
Choo Choo? Okay, so, what category was this one?
this one was, visuals.
Oh, okay.
I'd say it's also, like, it's a sad story. It is a sad story.
Oh my gosh,
It's
why do
sad
you
too.
like I feel like the only movie here that's not sad is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I mean, it's the only, like, movie filmed in America. I feel like with a lot of, Asian movies, I feel like they tend to be sadder.
Sadder. I think so too. So what's the movie about?
It's a coming of age movie about, like, a time where in Japan, youth were becoming more and more rebellious,
Ooh,
and
okay.
this, boy was, the main character was
Mhm.
trying to find comfort in an online forum that is based off of his favorite artist, Lily Chocho.
Wait, this concept sounds so cool. I gotta watch this.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of things happen, his friends, stuff like that. A lot of school,
I mean,
a
yeah,
lot
it's
of, like,
coming of
school,
age,
like,
yeah.
bullying,
Makes sense.
but I feel like I can't describe how, like, raw it gets.
Okay.
Um, there is there is a lot no, I feel like if you're gonna watch this one, there is, some things you might have to look out for,
Oh, okay,
like
so, like,
content
trigger
warnings.
okay, content warnings,
Yeah,
got it. Okay, that's
mhm,
okay. It's good that
but
you
yeah,
let the people know that there are
yeah,
content warnings.
but this movie is beautiful.
Like, the cinematography is just there.
Mhm, like, I think it has to do with the camera at the time.
Mhm.
I think I remember seeing, like, a video documentary, around the time when this movie was made, I think it was, like, 2001.
Mhm.
They everyone was, like, upgrading to, like, a super high definition camera,
Yeah.
and then while this, director decided to stay with an older digital one.
Wait,
And I
really?
think
Okay,
yeah,
that's so
and,
cool.
I think using that camera really made the movie look a lot better, and I think if
Wow.
it's a different one, it wouldn't feel the same,
Cool. Oh my god, wait, now I really wanna watch this movie now. That's
right?
so
And,
cool.
yeah, that movie is the one that kinda got me to Ichiko Alba.
Wow, it all comes full circle. That's so cool.
Yeah, but, if you listen to Lily Chocha's music, you actually will find that they are not really similar.
Wow,
Um,
really?
yeah, I
So
feel
then
yeah, there's
how did
only,
the so
like,
then how did this movie get you into Ichigo Alba?
um, I I think I just, with how, the characters portray Lily Chocho, it's the same, like it's the same vibe as Ichiko Alba. Like, how they
Mm.
describe Lily Chocho's music is how I would describe Ichiko Alba, and I think a lot of Lily Chocho fans made that connection.
That's really cool
Because
that the movie is like an actual artist, like an actual they're using an
oh,
actual.
yeah, no, yeah, they made the artist up,
Oh,
but
really? Oh, okay.
yeah, but they are an actual artist. They just went by Lily
Like
Chocho for
Chocho
the
for the
movie.
movie. Okay, okay. Gotcha.
Mhm. And, there's a common, like, theme, uh, around that forum that the users like to use.
Mhm.
Um, it's called the ether, which is, what they use to describe Lily Chocho's music and, like, how perfect it is.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, and I think that's, like, the main thing that brought people to Ichikawa
Okay.
by
That's
the word
awesome.
ether.
Ether. That's so wow. I think out of all well, because I've already seen Everything Ever All once. Between Nobody Knows and All About Lily Chocha, I probably want to watch All About Lily Chocha because Nobody Knows will probably make me fucking ugly cry and be depressed for like a week. But
Yeah,
great recommendations.
yeah, I had a bit of trouble.
Like picking.
Yeah, because, most of the most of the recommendations I made are, like, Asian artists. So, I'm
But
kinda
if
I
I
was I
mean,
was I was trying to
if
deviate.
that's how like I mean if that's what you feel connected to, like one of my well I didn't put it in mine, but a movie that like a foreign film that I really like. I think most people have seen it because it won an Oscar was Parasite. I think
Oh, yeah, Parasite.
Parasite in terms of like cinematography, if we're talking cinematography, holy fucking shit, is that movie filmed so well? Like
It's great.
it's so good. I literally, after I finished the movie, watched an entire like I went through a rabbit hole of analysis videos of just like how this shot symbolized like the economic standpoint of like the characters and how like this scene with this apple means something, and it's just like I don't know, it's such a great film. But yeah, I think Asian directors are not that they're underrated, but I find that Asian films are very symbolic in the way that they film things.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a product of like how like Asian society views things versus like how we view things.
Yeah, in Western
Um,
society, yeah.
because like, all we have here is like, oh, let's make another Marvel movie, you know?
I feel like with Asian media, or like yeah, that kind of the way that they do things, they do a lot of like show don't tell, a lot of
Mhm,
symbolism. I mean, even in like if we're like, let's bring Studio Ghibli, right? Like if
mhm.
you if you watch most of like their films, a lot of sometimes when I watch with people, they're like, I don't really understand, and then they only get it after like a second watch because it's a lot of showing, like it's up to your own interpretation rather than just directly telling you through dialogue like what's going
Yeah,
on. But I kind of like that though. It's nice cuz then like you can kind of form your own narrative and how it connects to you when you watch
exactly,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like a movie can really be elevated by how you perceive it.
Exactly, yeah. But I love how you bring that up cuz I think that'll be a good point for one of the movies that I'm going to talk about later when it gets to
Alright.
my part. All right, next. Oh, these are so cute. Wait, what?
Okay, for anime, I've grown up with this, but, um, a lot of these animes I've only seen recently.
Beastars
Um,
is great. I
yeah,
hate everyone who thinks that it's just a furry show. Shut the fuck up,
I
watch
know,
it. It's so
it's like
fucking
not
good.
even about that.
It's
It's not even
literally
about
not. It's not. Like y'all like fucking what's that one Pixar animation movie? Fuck.
Zootopia?
Yeah, Zootopia. Y'all like Zootopia, but like you don't like Beastars?
I mean,
Miss.
yeah, I think Zootopia is actually about the
Zootopia, no,
animals, you know? So, like
yeah. But anyway, sorry.
but yeah.
Talk about these animes.
Alright, first off, Frieren, I think,
I need
is
to
my
watch it. I
all-time
need to
favorite.
watch it. I need
Even
to
though it's
watch
ongoing, I
it.
think it takes the cake for all-time
I
favorite.
know everyone's keeps seeing on Twitter. I think I saw a TikTok saying that it's the number one anime right now. I need to fucking watch it because I know I'll love it. Yeah.
It is beautiful, the story is beautiful, and, like okay, wait, okay, I'll explain to you, right?
Yeah, sell me free rent and the listeners. Sell us the anime.
Okay, so you know how, in anime, like, you see, like, a hero's adventure, you see them, like, go through this, like, quest and, like, training and adventure to, like, defeat some evil demon?
Mhm.
Well, this anime starts after the fact. Uh,
Oh,
um,
interesting.
so Frieren, the main character, she's an elf, and she lives significantly longer than, humans, right?
Mhm.
And 2 of the people in her party were human.
Mhm.
So, uh, they die, and she just keeps growing old, right?
Mhm.
And, in the first episode, you see, one of the, people, I think his name is Hima. People see him as, like, a love interest,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah, cuz
but
I've heard this show as like a it's been sold to me as like a romance.
I don't it has romance elements, but I wouldn't say it's a
Say it's a
romance.
romance? Okay. Do would you say
Okay,
it's like kind
but
of like slice of life fantasy?
no, it is not slice of life fantasy.
What the heck? Okay.
If it was slice of life,
Slice
I
of
would not
life.
watch it.
You don't like slice of life?
I I think yeah, no, slice of life can be good, but the only one that I've liked was Bocchi the Rock.
Well, to the Rock's great.
Yeah, anyways, um, Hime dies of old age, right?
Mhm.
And initially, she didn't really think it was important to get close to her members
Mhm.
who she's only been, like, adventuring for 10 years for,
Mhm.
because she's already lived, like, I don't know, like, hundreds or thousands of
Right.
years. So she
Right.
didn't think it mattered, right? But
Mhm.
when Hime was lowered into the ground, she started crying because she didn't get to know him, and she regretted
Oh,
that.
fuck. Wow. Okay, you sold me. I
So
need to fucking watch the show now.
yeah, so she lives like the rest of her life trying to find like the purpose in life. Exact like kinda in a
Oh,
way.
I love that.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I know
The
the
art
dude,
is
the art.
so
No,
good.
what I fucking love too is I haven't even fucking watched the show, but the fan art on Twitter go crazy. Like it's
I know, it's beautiful.
beautiful.
And like, you know, this Studio Madhouse, they never miss.
Oh yeah, they don't miss. They're so
They
good.
always make beautiful anime, beautiful animation.
Yeah.
It's great. I love Studio Madhouse. I think they're like one of the best
Yeah,
animation
they're
studios.
so good. I think they did Mob Psycho 100 if you've seen Mob.
They I think yeah, and they did One Punch Man as well.
Yeah, amazing. Wonderful.
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um Ping Pong, the animation. I This has been on my watch list because I heard that it's very visually stunning.
Okay. Uh Ping Pong, the animation's art style is actually kind of controversial because
I know some people don't like it. They think it's bad.
it got like the JoJo effect, right?
Like
Because
either you love it
people
or you
see the
hate
art
it.
style. Yeah,
Yeah.
people see the art style, they're like, oh, I don't want to watch it. It looks ugly, right? But I think it adds
No,
to the
that's what
look.
I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I've seen screen grabs of it. I haven't actually watched it, but I kind of like it. It's very unique.
Yeah. And I really liked the story
Oh,
because
for real?
even though it's a sports anime, it's not actually about sports. You know what I mean? It's like it's about growing. It's about growth, right?
Mhm.
And it's about like these two boys that grew up together playing ping pong, and then how like they both evolve as they like grow in like their
Mm.
performance in ping pong. And like
Is it a
there are
movie
so
or is it a show?
it is a 12 episode show.
Okay, that's not long. All right.
I watched yeah, I remember one time when my friends were just screen sharing it in VC and I joined like midway. I was like, "Oh, what is this? It looks interesting." And they're like, "Oh, it's Ping Pong the animation." I'm like, "Oh, that's
I
cool."
really like the art because it kind of reminds me of like comic book s. Because like I love that kind of art style, like
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah,
illustrator cartoonist type of style.
you'll see in the anime like some of the scenes like look like like no, they look like manga panels.
I kind of like that.
Um
That's cool.
cuz it's like overly cartoony but not in a way that like makes it corny, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Again. That's like a more uh acquired style. Like I can definitely see why people wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
If we're talking about art styles that we like, for example, like Mob Psycho 100, I actually didn't like the art style initially when I first watched it. But then the more I watched it, I was like, wait, I kind of like the imperfect lines, the comic book type of coloring and things like that.
Mhm.
So yeah. And then the last one is Beastars.
Oh, yeah, B-stars. Okay. I also was like, what is this furry anime?" I mean, I guess it was cause my friend who is a furry introduced it to me. I was like, I don't know if I wanna watch this."
It's good.
But I give it an episode. I was like, "Wait, this concept of, like,
It's so
society
good. It's
and,
so
like,
good.
stereotypical," and I'm like, "I'll give it a shot," and then I watched it. I was like, "Oh, wait, this is actually really good." And then I watched the 2nd season.
Dude,
Oh my
second
god, this
season
is
is
great.
so fucking good. Second season is like where's season 3? I feel like it's been so long. Like, have they
I
made
know,
any
I
announcements on that? Like,
no,
hello?
they
Oh, they
have,
did?
yeah.
Okay, cool. Is it coming
But
anytime soon?
I think it is. I think it's coming soon.
Oh my god, I can't wait because season 2 is so
I
good.
think it's this year. I think it's
Oh my
coming this
god,
year.
that's awesome. That's actually so great. That's actually makes me so happy. Yeah. I feel like Beastars gets such it's like if you know, you know. Like it's fucking good. Like
Yeah, it's an if you know, you know kinda thing.
yeah, like if you can't handle that you think like the thing is like it's not even furry shit because they're actual like Legoshi is a wolf. Like it,
Yeah.
like there's no you know what I mean? The characters
Like, they
are
might be, like, anthropomorphic, right?
yeah.
But but, you know, they're actually animals. They have, like, animal instincts and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, no, I love Beastars. I think it's so fucking good. It's honestly like it's one anime that I didn't initially think that I would like, and then I watched it, and then I watched the second season, and I was like, "No, I love the writing and the themes that they have in the show, and how it
Mhm,
kind of, like, mirrors our own society in a way. They're just using it in a different medium of, okay, they're using animal characters, and how would an animal society work in this kind of universe, and it's really good. I mean,
yeah,
I
and,
like it.
like, the way that love is portrayed,
Oh my gosh,
and
so good.
it's like, wow, like, feeling that you, because since, like, Legoshi is, like, a predator, right? And
Yeah,
Haru,
Haru
the
is
love
the
interest,
rabbit, yeah.
is a rabbit, right? He doesn't know whether or not, like, he actually loves her, or he's just, like, it's, like, his animal, like,
Instinct,
instinct.
yeah.
Yeah, and then him, like, trying to figure out his emotions, I think was really good. I think he is a really
He's such a good
good
character.
character.
He's so well, especially the, in season 2 with him, and I forget the deer's name, but
Luis?
yeah, Luis, like, hit their kind of rivalry. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the development of their relationship in particular was so intriguing to me, because kind of like you said, like, it by nature, Legoshi is supposed to be like, he's supposed to be the hunter, and
Yeah,
in this society, the meat eaters are looked like, they're looked down upon, they are shunned, like, in the show,
mhm,
like, the black market is basically like meat of other animals, because it's like a no-no in their society for basically, the meat eaters have to go against their instinct to eat other animals in order to fit in this society, and so it's like, it's just the way that they're able to, like, evoke that, and, like, I don't know, it's just so good, like, everyone should fucking watch it, like, please, just
I know, it's such a good anime.
swallow your pride,
If
watch it, you're missing out.
if I never gave it a shot, I feel I would regret it so
Dude,
much.
it's such a you're missing out, it's so good, I love how there's so many things that happen that keep you wanting to, like, every especially in season 2, there were every time I ended an episode, I'm like, "Fuck, I gotta watch another one." Like, I
I
couldn't just stop
know,
there.
like, every time I have the urge to rewatch it, I just rewatch it because
It's so
why
good.
wouldn't I? Like, it
Yeah.
is so good.
And both the opening songs for season 1 and season 2 are amazing.
I
Is
know,
it is it season 1 or season 2 where they did stop motion for the opening?
it was the first one, yeah,
Yeah,
Wild
that was
Side.
also really fucking cool that they did, if we're talking about fucking art, that, like, they did a whole stop motion, opening, which I don't think I've seen in any other anime that I've watched. I think that was really cool that they chose to do that medium instead of, like, digital.
Oh, well, actually, in Bocchi the Rock, there is a segment
Oh,
where they do
yeah,
use stop
they
motion.
did do stop motion. I do remember. I know I okay, I know this isn't on your list, and it's not on my list either, but I feel like I need to talk about Bocchi because
Mhm.
I love that Bocchi the Rock used so many different mediums of art.
Yeah, because whoever adapted Bocchi the Rock loved Bocchi the Rock so much
They
that they
did it
would
so
be
well.
willing to go, like, all out
They
on Bocchi
went
the Rock.
all out. They,
It's
like,
great.
there were I don't remember which episode it was, but I think they did, like, they did so many different mediums in such a quick amount of time, like, and it didn't feel jarring, it just felt artistic, like, it just felt like, "Wow, like, this is such a nice."
Like, this is what they wanted to do.
And yeah, it was so love Butcher the Rock. That show is also amazing.
Yeah, because with Bocchi the Rock, this is, like, anime that is rooted from passion instead of, like,
Yeah,
money. And I think that's,
exactly.
like, a thing with, like, most anime nowadays. It's just, like, a bunch of, like, cash
Money,
grab
cash
isekais.
grabs, yeah. Or like the
Yeah,
fucking shonen, same
yeah, and
shit.
then and then when you have Bocchi the Rock with actual love put into it, you'll
It's
have
amazing.
a 10 times better anime.
It's so good. Like, it was a show that I went in and, like, no, I knew I was gonna like it. Like, I already knew it, but then I watched it and I was like, "Damn, I fucking love it." Like, it quickly, like, went up there because it's not only, like, like you said, like you can tell that a lot of love is put into the show, but it's also the story. Like I feel like anyone who watches it can get something out of it. Like can
Mhm.
relate to Bochi or any of the side characters within the show.
Yeah.
And yeah, it took me by surprise. I love Bochi. Such a good show.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't give it a shot sooner.
Dude, I know. I was so fucking guys. Okay, I watched Bochi this year when I fucking got COVID. That was when I fucking started watching Bochi the Rock. I was so late to the hype, but I'm so glad that I watched it. If you haven't watched Bochi the Rock yet, you need to. It's amazing. I think it's
He's
like
a
in
great
my top
anime.
10.
Yep.
All right. Next, video games.
Okay, for video games, I took a different approach
Oh,
to,
okay.
um, what my usual thing was.
Mhm.
Um, for this, I try to, like, confine, like, video games within its own, like, aesthetic.
Okay,
Like,
cool.
how a video game should look instead of, like, all of this, like, realistic, super, like
Realism, yeah,
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 and
yeah.
these games just look like video games. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk and Hi-Fi Rush.
Dude,
They have I grouped these together because they have a sort of similar aesthetic
I
with,
love
like
their aesthetics.
yeah, with, like, cell shading, like, the cartoony look with, like, kind of, like, comic, like, old school graphics.
Y'all know me, and those who watch my streams know I don't shut the fuck up about how much I love comic book style art. Like that's my shit. That's my bread and butter. So Hi-Fi Rush, I've only played it a couple times on stream. Dude, that is the most stunning game I've ever played. It's so beautiful.
And, like, even though they don't have, like, super high detail, real
Nah,
looking, like
it's still good. I don't care.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's about, like, the art design, the art style.
Yeah.
That's, like, what gamers want to see. They don't wanna
Mhm.
just, like, have a real life simulator all the time.
Mhm.
'Cause in the end, these games just feel like games. They don't feel like movies. They don't feel like imitations of real life. They're just games, and I think that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I especially okay, when you and Minty were playing Bombers Cyberpunk, I'm like, this is the fucking coolest game ever, and I feel like cool people play that game, and I don't know, like it just looks so good. Like even this art that you chose, I think this is the main character, right, in Bomb Rush Cyberpunk,
Yep,
or
that's the
yeah,
main character.
so sick. Also, like I haven't even played the game, but when the game came out, so much again, the fan art goes fucking crazy. So good.
Yeah,
It's so good.
'cause, have you heard of Jet Set Radio?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Old Sega game in, like, the 2000s on the Dreamcast and the original Xbox. Sega didn't wanna make a game that looked like that anymore, so Team Reptile decided to do it themselves, and I am glad they did.
Yeah, it looks great. Also, the music in Bomber Cyberpunk is so good. Condensed Milk has is on my playlist, and it's great. It's so good. Amazing
Yeah.
song.
Yeah, it actually introduced me to artists like, Cyber Milk Chen and Swami Sound. I think they are really good, and I'm glad that, like, I was able to be introduced to these people because of this game.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. I think that's awesome too that like games can do that. Like I think the beautiful thing for art in video game format in the video game medium is that it can take from other mediums like movies, shows, music, art, right, and kind of combine it all in one.
Mhm.
I think that's really
Um,
cool.
yeah. Alright, and then I put Breath of the Wild, even though it's
I was
not
surprised to see Breath of the Wild because have you played Breath of the Wild?
I have, yeah, I
Oh,
played it
okay,
when
okay,
it first came out,
okay, cool.
but I did end up losing the game cartridge, so I'm kinda bummed about that.
No.
But yeah, I played it, I finished the game, I bought the DLC, it was great. I had a lot of fond memories, even though it's like, I don't know, like 4, 3 years ago.
Breath of the Wild's great. I love this
Yeah,
game.
but, you know, even if I haven't played it for 4 or 3 years, it being here says a lot.
No, definitely. I mean, it was my first Zelda game. I love it
It
so
was mine
much.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's so it was like especially nowadays, I think it was a lot of people's first Zelda game. Um,
Mhm.
it's just tell me why you love it so or why'd you put it on here?
Well, it's a game I kinda grew up with, so I might be a little biased, but
Okay. But
I
that's
feel like
okay. I
it
think that's
was
okay.
yeah, I feel like it was my introduction into open world environments. 'Cause
Mm,
the game is actually stunning.
it
You know,
is.
in the first cutscene, in the game when you just get out of, like, the spawn, like, cave thing,
Mhm.
and it just shows you a camera shot of, like, the
Hyrule,
whole world.
yeah.
It is beautiful. That, like, hooked me so well.
I think what's
But it's, like, not
awesome sorry,
yeah,
go.
it's not also the art, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
also, like,
The
how much
environment?
interactivity you have
Oh
within
my
the
god,
game.
I know! That's what I was just about to say. That was
Like,
what
you can do so much.
yeah, that's why I love it
It's
so
kinda
much. I
unbelievable.
have over, like, 100 hours in the I have, like, a lot of hours in the I think a lot of people have a lot of hours in Breath of the Wild. Um,
Yeah, but also the story is just
so good.
beautiful, and, like, you try to it's a classic, like, "Oh, get the princess, like, fight Ganon," right? But having to go visit all of the areas and meet, like, your old companions.
Oh my god, yeah, because I love that too, 'cause, I think the story is that, like, Link he needs to go retrieve his memories. He doesn't remember, like
Yeah, he doesn't
he
remember
doesn't
anything.
remember. So, like, there's a specific scene. I feel like the game has been long enough for people to know, but there's a specific scene with Zelda and Link, and it's very emotional. And every time I see that scene, I literally tear up. And the face that Link makes after he gains that memory is just, oh my god, it is so.
I know, and, like, having, like, the feeling of meeting all of these new people and then calling back to, like, past memories, and then gaining, like, their old power, like, through their spirit, that's so awesome. I love that
Yeah,
so
Breath of the
much.
Wild is just one of those games where it really just like it did what it needed to do, you know? Like
Yeah,
everything, just like you said, interactivity, like music, the world. Like it was a game where I started as someone who like it I was actually having a conversation with one of my friends the other day about how like before I played Breath of the Wild, whenever I would play like a new game, I was kind of like apprehensive and not as open and kind of like because I was like a new gamer, like I hadn't really played a lot of genres. But after I played Breath of the Wild, it opened me up to so many more games. And I really do feel like it's the reason why I played a lot of the games that I've played now on stream. Like if it wasn't for Breath of the Wild, I wouldn't have played Nier. I wouldn't have thought to play Final Fantasy. I wouldn't have thought to like branch out into other genres or other video games. But because Breath of the Wild was such like it's one of those games where if I could erase my memory and go back and play again for the first time, I would do it 100%.
yeah,
It's such a
and,
good
like,
game.
the thing is, that's kinda sad, I don't really use my Switch anymore,
Hmm.
and I've really wanted to play, Tears of the
Tears of the
Kingdom.
Kingdom. Hmm.
'Cause, like, I have not played another game that was like Breath of the Wild,
Yeah, I
and I
mean,
really want that
if
experience.
you love Breath of the Wild, you will love Tears of the Kingdom because it's the same feeling with new abilities. I think the story is fucking awesome, like especially the end. Like you would love it. Like yeah, Tears of the Kingdom is just great. Like it's just it's I know people call it like the 2.0 Breath of the Wild, but I mean, I think
I mean, it's a sequel,
yeah,
so
I think Breath of the Wild like obviously it was the groundwork for Tears of the Kingdom.
yeah, for sure.
But if you love Breath of the
And
Wild, you'll love Tears of the Kingdom. So
yeah, and it has I mean, to me, it looks like there's a lot more interactivity. I've seen,
oh
like,
my
so many Twitter
gosh,
clips of just them
yes.
people just making, like, the most random things ever.
Yes, it's there honestly there are no limitations I feel like you can make I've seen mechas, I've seen you can make literally anything. I am not creative enough to do that. Um, but it's really cool. And what's really cool too in Tears of the Kingdom is that like there are so my favorite thing about Zelda are the puzzles. Like I love the puzzles. And in Breath of the Wild, I feel like there wasn't a lot of like give, right? But in Tears of the Kingdom, you can solve puzzles in the most randomest ways. You can solve it the
Mhm.
conventional way that the game wants you to, but you can also cheese it and it's really cool. Like I don't know, like it's awesome. And then I think I watched another video too of the this guy he had his wife play Tears of the Kingdom and he was like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for someone who doesn't play games. And the path
Oh, I
that
saw that video too.
the path that she took is not the path that he would have taken to somewhere. And it's really cool because everyone will have different experiences and like going back with the whole memories thing, like everyone's going to look for the memories in a different order than another person, which could change the narrative for you as the player. So it's just so good. So good.
Yeah, I think having that freedom to do whatever you want is, like, peak gaming.
For
Because
sure. Oh, for
letting
sure.
letting like, it becomes so much more accessible. Like, anyone can just pick up the game and play it their own way, and I think I really like that part of it.
Yeah. Oh, so sorry. I did not realize that I was not screen sharing.
It's okay.
Okay. Um do you have any this is your last slide, right? Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Um, honorable mention, Sifu.
Oh my okay, so I appreciate Sifu for what it is. It did win a Steam award this year for
Yeah,
the best game that you suck at. And I voted.
yeah.
This
I
game
voted it too, but, I
this
mean,
game
I don't really
is
suck at it.
visually very nice. Atmosphere is amazing. I'm it's just very mechanical and I suck. It's a hard game.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
The reason it didn't make it, it's because, the even though the art is really good, the story was kinda I
Lacking, yeah.
mean, cause I don't think they were focusing on the story at all. I feel
No,
like
I don't think so
they just
either.
slapped the story on it, and then they
Yeah.
made the game, which
Yeah.
is really good. I think it's, like, one of the best games, mechanically that I've
Mechanic
played.
yeah, I think so too. I think so too.
And, like, even though it's hard,
It's
when you
really
get good,
hard. It feels
it
good.
feels
It
great.
feels
It
good.
feels
I'm not
great.
gonna lie. I can't fucking pass the second stage. But like it's one of those games where it's just like you know exactly what you did wrong. You know what you need to do. You just need to execute. And I don't like when games are like kind of dumb where you just oh, they just one hit like one shot hit you and like it's kind of RNG or whatever the fuck, you know?
Yeah,
Like it's like no, like you actually have to time your parries right, time your dodging right, all that type shit.
yeah, and I think, like, one of the my favorite things that this game does is that you don't have to grind to get better.
Oh yeah, you don't.
Cause
I also
even
hate that in
though
some games
yeah,
that you have to, which is ironic because I play a lot of RPGs, but I digress.
but, I mean, there is a kind of system where the more you play, like, the more options you get,
Mhm.
where, like, the more, experience you get, the more moves you can unlock.
Mhm.
But that doesn't automatically mean like, oh, you're suddenly like a one shot KO, like just can't die ever, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I watched that video that you sent me about how like the putting the easier mode actually kind of takes away from the game, and I think it definitely does too. It makes it less because I played it on the easier mode and it was definitely less fun. It was not as enjoyable.
Yeah, cause when okay, no, I think one of the main things that you have to deal with for this game is that you have to deal with like you have to commit. You have
Yeah, you
to
really
put a
do.
lot of practice in.
Yeah.
You have to really want it. But,
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't want it as much, that's fine. You can play just, like, a different game, I guess, if you so want
It's
to.
definitely a game
But,
that's not for everyone, I will say.
yeah, it's definitely not for
But I
everyone.
appreciate it for what it is. I'm glad that I tried it, and I think, maybe one day if I have a lot of fucking time and I have nothing to do and I'm like, I really want to get good at a game, Sifu will be the one because you can really just like grind grind. I feel like if I got better at Sifu, it would make me a lot better like at combat in a lot of other games. I feel like it would
Oh, no,
transfer.
yeah. It did.
Yeah, I feel because you know how I struggle so much in Spider-Man with like the crowd management and just like the fast-paced combat. I feel like if I
Mhm.
was good at Sifu, it would have transferred over. I wouldn't have
Uh,
felt as overwhelmed
I
maybe.
mean, that can be true, but I haven't played Spider-Man, but I feel like there is a grindy aspect that you have to go
Oh yeah,
through,
no,
like a
like
leveling system.
the thing with Spider-Man, I think if you do the side missions, it makes it a lot easier. So if you want to make it more difficult for yourself, just don't do the side missions like me. And it'll be really fucking hard. But in that game, what I don't like is like it's hard in the sense that
It's just hard.
the enemy just does more damage if you don't, grind and you level up your stuff. You're only gonna do such minimal damage. Whereas in Sifu, it's like it well, as the levels progress, obviously the enemies do more damage, but you progress as well, so you get more health. You are getting better, right? By,
Yeah.
your timing and knowing when to parry, knowing when to attack and things like that. So that
Yeah, and
that
I
it's
think,
it's way more
like
mechanical rather than it being a system of, oh, this enemy just has a lot more HP than this other enemy and they hit a lot harder. So by this point, you should have more HP, you should have better gear, etc., etc. You know what I mean?
yeah. And, like, with Sifu, it's not like a thing that, "Oh, your enemies get stronger." It's more like your enemies are more diverse and smarter.
Yeah, yes, that is why I fucking can't get through the second fucking stage.
Yeah, cause the more you progress, you encounter new enemies with different move sets, and you have to, like, remember every single one of them.
Yeah. Sifu's really
And
cool though, man. Like I fucking wish I was good at that game.
yeah, I'd say the combat is an art as well. Like,
It is. It is.
it's so
It's you.
good.
It's like you have to understand the pattern of your enemy. It's not as simple as like, oh, they're gonna do this, and it's kind of like, well, I'm surprised that you didn't enjoy Elden Ring when you played, because I feel like,
It just felt slow to me.
oh yeah, that is true. Combat in Elden Ring is slow.
Like, even though I can see that it's, like, mechanically demanding, right?
Hmm.
It was slow.
It is slow. It is. It is.
So that's why I wasn't a
But I
fan
see,
of it. But, I
that's why
mean,
I think if I were to go back to Elden Ring, I would like it because I prefer slower combat style than a
yeah,
faster pace style.
cause at the skill level I'm at, right, I don't really have to think
Yeah.
too much about it because I'm already, like, used to, like,
Mhm.
attack patterns, stuff like that. It's more of a
Mhm.
matter of reacting, but with Elden Ring, you have to, like, constantly, like, remember, "Oh, how long does this attack last for?" Or, "How many
Mhm.
frames will my character be invincible?"
Mhm.
That's kinda not fun to me.
No,
I'd
yeah,
rather
I'm
just,
I'm
like,
I'm
let
finding
skill.
now that like I actually like action RPGs so much more than I thought I would because I like, okay, this first run is a test run. I died, that's okay. I remember that in this phase you're gonna do this, and I don't know, it's satisfying in a way, just like getting better the more that you die, and the more that you fight like said enemy. It's like really fun. That's why I really want to
Yeah,
fucking get back into Hi-Fi Rush because Hi-Fi Rush is the mechanics in high going back to Hi-Fi Rush, the mechanics are so cool in that it's on a rhythm system where it's like it's
yeah.
action, but there's also rhythm to it. So it's really fucking cool.
And, like, the thing that Hi-Fi Rush does so well is its combos, right?
Yeah, the
Because
combos are so good.
for a game like Devil May Cry, right,
Yeah.
there are combos, and there's already a rhythm aspect in Devil May Cry, and Hi-Fi Rush is just capitalizing off of that rhythm, and then it
Mhm.
made it all about the rhythm.
Yeah, it's so cool. Like, yeah, I need it. I feel like I want to go back to Hi-Fi Rush. I'm definitely gonna pick it up again, but Imma have
You
to
definitely should.
I definitely have to go into the, practice area and work on my combos because it's been a while, so I feel like my rhythm is totally gonna be off. But I think what I like about Hi-Fi Rush 2 is that you can keep that little, like, rhythm meter at the bottom to help you.
Mhm.
I always play with that
Yeah.
on, like, I have to have it on because if not, I'm gonna be offbeat. Um, yeah.
I think, that Hi-Fi Rush I'm glad it got its, Game of the Year award. I think it was for art design. I think it was
No,
really
it
deserved.
was for, sound.
Oh, sound design?
It
Oh,
was
yeah,
for sound
sound design,
design,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the sounds very good as
It
well.
sounds so fucking good. It
Soundtrack, it fits so well.
it fits with like,
Like,
it's so good.
it just feels like a game,
I feel
you
like
know?
Hi-Fi Rush is so criminally underrated too. It's so
I
criminally underrated.
know, I know.
It is such an underrated game. Like, again, it's not a game that I thought that I would like, but I'm so glad that it was recommended to me, and it's just like it's like you said when you play it, this is a game, and it's a great game. Like, from
Like, it doesn't
visuals.
try to be anything else.
Exactly. It you're right. It's like it's an action rhythm game and it's just that, but it's perfect. Like it visually,
Exactly.
mechanically, music, just chef's kiss. I love it. I'm so glad that it won a award at Game of the Year. I was gonna fucking riot if it didn't win anything.
Yeah, I'm kinda surprised that it won an award
I was
over
no, I was so
over, Spider-Man too.
I was
It won
surprised.
none.
Yeah, I was surprised, but I'm glad. I'm glad that it won because it deserves it. And if that means that more people are gonna check out the game, I'm fucking glad because it's an amazing game.
It's a
Please,
great game.
guys,
No
please check it
marketing,
out.
like,
No, literally no
no
marketing at all.
like, they just dropped it one day. It was like, "Okay,
They're like
guys,
here,
here, enjoy."
and it ends up being like a fucking phenomenal game. Like I love it.
How did they do it? I have no clue.
I have no clue. It's honestly, I might play it on the stream again just so I can get the word out more. Because even when I played it, a lot of people were like, "Wait, this game looks interesting." Um,
It's such a great game.
so good. I need to pick it up again. I love it.
You
Um,
should.
well, do you have any other closing statements before I move on to my slides?
I think if you wanna consume art, I think you should either find a lot of diverse forms or, like, certain, like, kinda themes, or if you already, like, know what you're looking for, try to expand, like, upon
Yeah,
what you like.
absolutely. I
Like,
agree.
but, like, don't, like, focus on, like, one thing forever, you know? Like, give things a chance.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I said earlier about like if it wasn't for Breath of the Wild, I would not have been more open to trying other games. But now I'm like, I'm so glad that I went out of my shell, and I'm so much more like I'm more curious about other games and things, and yeah, definitely widened my perspective. Which sucks because it's my turn, and I feel like I'm pretty basic with the things that I chose. But hopefully, it goes
I'm
well.
sure it'll
Okay,
be appreciated,
I
you
hope
know?
so. Okay,
I
so
mean I mean, like, if you're basic, right, I feel like people would relate to you, you know?
true, true. I guess it's a little thing for everyone,
Like
but
like, not everyone has to be, like, super, like, niche and unique about their art.
yeah. Sometimes like I remember like growing up too, like people would associate me with being basic, and I took it as like a negative thing. But now I'm just kind of like, basic is like
Just embrace
classic.
it.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, just embrace the basicness.
So, first medium that I'm going to talk about is music. And the artists that I chose were Polyphia and Fujikaze. And kind of similar to you, just like when I think about, okay, music that speaks to me that I think is artistic, it would have to be Polyphia and Fujikaze. And these are two artists that I've actually discovered like more recently. So with Polyphia, I found them when I was sick during COVID. I had remember a friend of mine um gushing over their lead guitarist Tim Henson, and one of his videos got because I was watching a lot of Bochi the Rock. videos on
Mhm.
YouTube, like people doing like guitar covers, and then his rendition of Idol by Yoasobi popped up on my YouTube, and I was like, "Who is this guy?" Like his technical playing skills are phenomenal. And then I found his band and I was like, "Holy shit, it's really good." And what's crazy is that I guess in the guitar scene or in the rock um band scene, people say that Polyphia's music is soulless. Like they describe it like I guess the haters say that it's like lifeless, but I don't get that feeling from their music. Like so the song that I chose to highlight was Goose off their first EP, I believe. And when I listen to this song, again, like they're an instrumental band, so there's no lyrics in their music. They have a couple songs that like ABC, I've played it on stream before, that have lyrics where they've collabed with artists, but most of their songs are instrumental. And Goose is such a pretty song. Like the opening riff is so pretty. And when you listen to the entire song, like there are sections and parts in the song where it like kind of picks up and it makes you like I'm so cringe, but like it makes me feel like a main character. Like I'm like in my main character moment when there's a certain part in the song where it hits. And yeah, I love their music. They've quickly become like one of my favorite artists. Um and I mean they're really known for their song Playing God. I mean that song is also really really good too. But yeah, they're a band that I didn't think that I would like cuz it's instrumental, but it's actually really really good. And then I chose Fujikaze just because fuck man, I love this man. I love this man. I wrote here I would sell my left kidney to see him live. And that is true. I would sell my left kidney to see him live. His music is just beautiful. I mean, he got big on TikTok because of that one fucking song. But if you listen to his other music, it's so great. My personal favorite song of his is Yasa Shisa. Um, when you listen to it, it's just very. Even though, prior to me looking up the translations of the lyrics, it's just so like emotional. It's a very again pretty song. And he's very talented in his music. Even his like most recent song too. The message is just really nice of just being like, oh, I recognize that you work really hard and like I don't want to forget. It was like really highlighting like um the blue collar workers. I don't know. It was just if you've seen the music video too, it's beautiful. So yeah, I love Beach Kaze and Polyphia. I feel like it's kind of basic, but
No, I feel like, with Polyphia, there aren't enough, like, bands that do that kind of music.
yeah,
Um,
right?
so you're like, I don't know, cause like, I think it's called math rock. That's what I would call it.
Yeah, I didn't know
But
what to
I listen
call them. I literally copied and pasted what their Google thing said because I didn't know like what genre. I don't even know how to describe the genre of music that they make. But
no, I think it's called math rock.
okay,
Um, but yeah, polyrhythms, kinda crazy stuff. I also like the sound of the guitar.
yeah, it's so
I
nice.
think a similar guitarist to, Tim Henson, is that his name?
Yeah, Tim Henson.
Yeah, Tim Henson would be, Ichika Nito.
Yes, I follow
Um
him on YouTube.
yeah,
He's so
also
good.
that kinda, like, dynamic way of playing the guitar, I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I love that. Like at first initially I thought the piano was my favorite instrument in terms of sound, but when I found Tim and a bunch of other just really talented guitarists on YouTube, I'm like, damn, the guitar is such a versatile instrument. Like it can play really pretty sounds, it can play more hardcore sounds, it can really do everything and it's like really really cool. I don't know.
Yeah. But since you listen to Olivia, there are a few artists I could recommend if you haven't already heard them.
Yes, please send them my way. I'm
Um,
always in the need for new music because I'm the type of person, not like I'm the type of bitch who, if I find an artist that I like, I will only listen to them for like a good that's why these two are on here. It's because like I literally only listen to them right now because I love
Is
them.
this like your phase?
Yeah, these are like my faves. Like, well, I would say Polyphia is my current favorite, whereas Fujikaze has like ever since I've discovered him has just been a favorite.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, math rock. You can go to a band called Giocho.
Giocha. Okay,
They have a really good guitar player. I don't know their name. I don't know anything about them, but they sound amazing.
okay.
Um, but yeah, I think with the math rock kind of like landscape, there needs to be more of them.
Yeah, it's
I want to hear
so
more math
good.
rock.
I would like, oh my god, like so now that I'm older and since I've been to a lot of concerts, concerts are kind of like whatever to me now, unless I feel like the artist is because people can make like good music, like, and I'll enjoy it, but if I hear it live, it's kind of the magic is kind of not there. Like there's just certain artists where I've seen them live and I'm like, oh, it's whatever. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So there's not a lot
Yeah,
of artists that I'm eager to listen to live, but these two, oh my god, like I would love to see them live, especially like Polyphia. Like fuck, to hear that live, their guitar riffs take so much technical skill. Like I would love to see it and hear it live. I think it would just be amazing.
yeah. I don't I need to hear more of that kind of art. I mean, that kind of music.
Yeah, same. I would love to hear more of that music because
But
it's so good.
yeah, with Polyphia, I feel like I need to listen to more music from them
You,
because I
oh
only
yes,
yeah,
please, 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 please.
I've only listened to like 2 songs, which is like, the songs you would expect. Oh, yeah,
Like
they're
ABC, Playing God, those two.
yep, yep, yep.
Those are great.
So,
I recommend Goose. Like I said, it's my favorite song of theirs. And then Iconic. I don't know how to pronounce it. Iconic. That one's also really good as well. Those are two older songs, but
okay,
amazing.
yeah, I'll give them a shot for sure.
Yes, yes, yes. So good, so good, so good. I guess like an honorable mention, I would say Luna early stuff. Just because if we're talking about
Mhm.
art, just the way that they came up of like releasing one girl a month and then their whole lore. I'm not gonna go all into that. That's like a whole other podcast topic, but that's just an honorable mention of just like I feel like their music at the time was like ahead of its time. And it sucks.
Yeah, for sure.
It sucks that like the
They're
downhill of them. Um
yeah.
yeah, but yeah, Luna's music it also really really like touched me and was like holy fuck. Like when I discovered them, I was like shit, this is art. This is art in sound form.
Yeah, like, you can tell there was a lot of thought put into Luna's music,
Yeah, especially Butterflies music video and song is just
and, like, the fact that they have, like, a whole lore is kinda crazy to me.
yeah, their lore go crazy. Like honestly, like not to hate, but these K-pop groups and their quote unquote lore got nothing on Luna lore. All right, nothing. Okay.
If they even have any.
Yeah, if they even have any, but it doesn't even scratch the surface of Luna lore. Like that was my biggest thing with being their fan was that I was really deep into the lore of their group. But
Yeah, I'm glad they were able to break out of, BlackBerry.
yeah, true. All my homies hate Blockberry. Fuck Blockberry Creative. I'm so glad that my girls are free. Yeah. But yeah, I honestly forgot what my next slide is, so we'll see. Oh, artists. Okay, so I chose to choose my favorite traditional artist and then my favorite digital artist. So my favorite um traditional artist is Kim Jung Gi. He's a Korean illustrator and cartoonist. Unfortunately, he did pass away, I believe, last year or the year before that. I think it was something was wrong with his heart, which really sucks because he was actually quite young. I think he was like in his 40s. And one of my dreams was actually so in the very first image on the top, you can see him drawing on like a big piece, like kind of like a mural-esque piece. And he would do these art shows a lot where he would just do a live drawing where people could watch him draw and ask him questions and things like that. And it was one of my dreams to go to one of those shows, and unfortunately I can't do that anymore because he's passed away. But I actually discovered him on YouTube. My boyfriend John sent me a video on him. And the reason why he was so famous and loved by the art community was just because he had such a well understanding of perspective and anatomy. He draws everything off of memory with a pen, and it's amazing how he can expand on everything. He just starts with one piece and expands on it, and it's really really cool. And again, like, he's a cartoonist illustrator, so he has cartoon elements, but he adds a little bit of real life elements. And what I love about his story is that he just fucking loved art. Like, that's all he did in school. He didn't care about his grades. All he would do was draw. When he had to enlist for the Korean military, all he did was draw, and that's what he loved. And you can tell that he loves art, and it's his knack. And even when, like, all the YouTube videos that I watch of him, he's just so knowledgeable, and he had so much like information and advice to give when it came to perspectives and things like that. I would love to get my hands on one of his art books, but they're so fucking expensive. um
How much are they?
so I saw one in San Francisco at um what is that bookstore called? It's like Kino something. It was like $80. I feel like they overpriced it, maybe. I don't know.
I feel like they would, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like $80. I do want to get my hands on one of his art books, and like, man, if I was fucking rich, like, I would love to get my hands on like an original piece of his. Because yeah, I feel like it kind of meshes everything that I like through traditional art mediums of like the cartoon style that's a little bit grungy. um but yeah, I could talk about him forever. He's I mean, he's well known for a reason. Like, he was so talented. But yeah, and then my favorite digital artist, she it's really unfortunate because she doesn't post actively anymore. She goes by Julie, and I actually got to become friends with her because she would do some art doodles on Twitch, and the picture on the far right is actually a commission drawing that she did for me, which she does not do commissions, but since, we became friends through me just being a fan of her art, she was willing to let me commission her. And this used to be like my profile picture on like all my social media. But the reason why I love her so much is that, again, what I like in artists is that they have a really good understanding of anatomy. Um, and she does that really, really well. And if you look through her Instagram, her art is just it's very anime style, but it's very, I don't know, it's soft, the way that she uses colors, and um the detailing of things, like even in the picture on the left. Again, I really like grunge, so there's like the blood splatter and the details in her eyes, and the fact that there's like grain adds like a old nostalgic feeling. I don't know. um but yeah, unfortunately, again, like, she doesn't post actively anymore, um for different reasons, because she went through like a different career change, which makes me really sad. But her art is really, really good, and it's been my favorite art, and I would commission her again if I could. But she's a busy girl, so yeah.
Alright, I'm kinda glad you mentioned, a mural artist because, back in middle school, I actually had a phase for, like, murals and, like, graffiti and, like, spray paint and stuff like that.
Really
Yeah,
cool.
I think that large scale paintings that are, like that can be, like, put in, like, an environment are really beautiful. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if, like, Kim Jong-gi did something like that, like, on a street or something, but I think seeing, like, an art piece as like, on a wall instead of,
Yeah.
like, a canvas
Yeah.
or, something like that, I think it can really present itself in a different way.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Again, that's why I wanted to go to one of his art shows, because, like, they're a couple hours long, and it's like a huge wall that he's drawing on. Like, it's big. If you go on YouTube and you look it up, of some of his shows, like, it's crazy just how much detail he can put on such a large, because large canvases can be intimidating. Like, I don't draw. I'm not an artist, but even when I journal and I do like scrapbook journaling, a blank canvas is so intimidating. And so the fact that he can fill that space up with things and it look good is so like, wow. I don't know. It's amazing. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
so good. Um
Yeah, I don't know what you thought you were basic. This is great.
yeah, I mean, I I said basic cuz he is a well-known artist, but I feel like he's well known for good reason. He was so talented, and again, very sad that he passed away, cuz again, such a talented, but I mean, he had a lot of apprentices, so I have been like looking into their art as well, and he actually has like a lot of informational, again, like going back to there being resources for artists, he does have a lot of art books that are informational on how, and same thing with my friend Julie. She had I think if you, I don't know if they're still available, but if you go on her Instagram and you look through her link tree, she also had like online art courses for understanding like um basic like digital art and understanding anatomy and lighting and things like that too. So yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm so glad that I
That's
was like able to become friends with her. Like I thought that was so cool.
wow. And we have a lot of great artist friends.
Oh yeah, we do. And it honestly makes me so happy. Like it's so great.
Like sometimes when I talk to an artist and like I get their like perspective on like art and like how like what they think of when they make their art, I think it's like really insightful
It is. Like
and
oh
like
my gosh, like some of my favorite streams are like minis, like just art streams where he's trying to practice and learn different techniques. It is so, coming from someone who doesn't do art is so interesting to me. I fucking love it.
yeah, I'm glad to have like to know these kind of people
Yeah, we
because
have, yeah.
yeah, having many different like friends who do different things as like hobbies and stuff, right? And like
Mhm.
professions and stuff. I think I think it's really fun to like take in like the diversity of like how different everyone is and like how many different perspectives you can have on a particular thing.
Yeah. Like my little brother, I always tell my little brother, like, you're so fucking cool because he's gonna pursue art. Like he's gonna go to school for art, and I love that for him. And I just love how creative he is. And it's like obviously since I've known him my whole life, just seeing his progress of like when he was younger to now and how his art has evolved. And I know it's only just it's gonna get better, and how he's really honed in on his like particular art style. Like his art style is like comic book, mecha, that kind of stuff. Like that's what he specializes in. And so it's, I don't know, it's just really awesome to see him be so creative. I love seeing his speed paints and everything. And yeah, it makes me a proud older sister. I'm like, yes, you go, you go. That's my little bro. And if he ever becomes like a famous cartoonist or whatever, that's my little brother right there, you know? But yeah, next, I think this might be my last slide. So,
All right.
I did movies. And the two movies I highlighted, so we have an animation movie and we have a traditional like medium movie, and I chose
Mhm.
La La Land. And for my anime movie, I chose The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. So I'll talk about La La Land first. The key takeaways from this movie that I love are the amazing visuals, great music, and that it is not a love story but has love story elements. I hate when people label this movie as a romance movie. It is not a romance movie. It is not about romance. There is romance in it, but it is not a romance movie. Because if you were to label this a romance movie and you go into it, you're going to leave dissatisfied. I Okay, it's not about romance. It's about chasing your dreams and being an artist, which I feel like is perfect for. Honestly, this is the reason why I chose this film for this topic, was because it is a film made by an artist for artists. Um, Have you seen La La Land?
No, I have not seen La La
Oh
Land.
my fucking god! You need to watch it. It's my favorite movie of all
I've heard,
time.
yeah, I've heard many good things about it.
It is my favorite movie of all time. I have a poster of it in my room. Love this movie so fucking much. Um, Basically, it's about a girl who aspires to be an actress and a guy who aspires to um, have his own jazz club and revive the jazz genre. And they end up falling in love. And it goes through the journey of these two artists trying to chase their dreams and make it happen. And I'm just going to leave it at that because I really think everyone should watch it. Um, I took a film aesthetics class when I was in college, just because I needed a fun elective. And the film that I chose to highlight was La La Land because, I mean, besides the story and music being great, for the budget that it was given, which it was a low budget, um, it is visually amazing. Like the director uses so many visual techniques in terms of lighting, color, symbolism. It's just like a really nice movie. There are certain scenes that I feel like people who don't have an artistic mind would think like what the fuck? Because I've watched the movie so many times and I've watched it with so many different groups of people, and it's very interesting to see how different people react to the film. Because those who it's kind of like going back to the whole Studio Joe thing, it's like those who get it. Like during the more like um not realistic scenes, people can kind of use their imagination for those parts, but people who don't have a very imaginative mind see those things like I literally watched it with a group of friends and they like laughed and I'm like what's so funny, like it's all meant to be funny, it's supposed to be like such a beautiful heart touching moment and you're laughing because you don't have an imaginative mind. But yeah, I you need to watch all that, it's so good.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, it's by the same director for Whiplash, right?
Sorry, I had to let Alphonse out, but yes, it is
Yeah,
from the same director as Whiplash, which that is another film that I really really like.
yeah, but I actually watched a review
Mhm.
for La La Land.
Mhm.
Um and there's a particular part in the video where they said Whiplash was just like made so that the director could get credibility to create La La Land.
Yes, 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 absolutely. Like if you watch, so I watched Whiplash after I had watched La La Land, and you can definitely see the things that he was trying to convey in Whiplash. But I mean, I think Whiplash is still a great film, standalone as is, but he really perfected it in La La Land on the budget that he was given and the greater scale that he was given. Like he had La La Land in the works for years and he was just waiting for a studio to greenlight it. Um and I'm so glad that they did because it's such an amazing film. Like I love it so much. It's my favorite. I will never get tired of it. I will always recommend it to people. It's just good. And I hate musicals. Okay. I don't like musicals, but
I mean neither.
this movie, like it's like one of the only musicals that I fucking like. It's so and even the songs, like the opening song, the lyrics literally tell the plot of the movie, which you wouldn't get until after you like I didn't realize it until after I watched the movie and I've watched it a billion times now to where I'm like, damn, the lyrics are literally setting out the plot of the film right before you, but you wouldn't know that until after you watch the film. And I don't know, that is good cinema to me. Um yeah, I could talk about that movie forever, but I'll move on to the
All
next
right.
one, which sucks because this is one of those movies where it's so fucking good, but before you can get to it, it's not a good standalone film. It's a film that
Hmm.
you need to watch the show to understand the nuances, which really fucking sucks because I think it is a great movie. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. It is one of my favorite piece of animation films ever. Um and how I sell people is just look up Kyon's Decision. on YouTube. And all you gotta know is that obviously Kyon has to make a decision, and the way that they convey it is so well in terms of the animation. They really make you feel the weight of this decision and how important it is. Um, the direction style is also great. It was made in 2010, and the directing is amazing. It's just a beautiful film. There's so many shots and there's so many scenes I can take out that just feel it kind of it just evokes feeling, like it evokes like nostalgia, or it evokes longing, and it evokes sadness. And it's really really good. And then obviously I have to like shout out the animation studio. Kyoto Animation is one of my favorite animation studios. I love slice of life. They've done amazing animes like The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, which is one of my favorites. They've done Nichijou, Violet Evergarden, um and I also feel like I have to like talk about the Kyoto fire that happened a few years
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
I have to talk
Mhm.
about it. Obviously so fucking sad. Some guy just wanted to be a fucking asshole and just burned down the animation studio. And one of the people that had worked on the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya movie was one of the people that had passed away in the fires. And that's why the movie even feels so much more like deep for me too, because he was the director, and it's such a beautiful film about like longing and losing friendship, and the importance of that, of just like wanting to live and keep the people that you love close to you, and understanding like loss. It just deals with a lot, and that's why it makes me so sad to recommend the movie, because I'm like, you gotta watch the show in order to love the movie, because the movie is peak. It's so so good. Yeah.
You know, I was kinda I'm kinda intrigued because I thought Haruhi Suzumiya was just that one anime with that one girl and that
Yeah,
one anime opening,
I
and then
know
it's just a
that.
regular slice of life,
No, listen,
and
Haruhi. Listen, if Haruhi ever gets a reboot, I'm gatekeeping. I don't give a fuck. It If you didn't like Haruhi, it's like, because I'm a firm believer that Haruhi could still stand today. Like I say, Haruhi Suzumiya walked, so Bunny Girl Senpai could fucking run. Like it irks me that people love Bunny Girl Senpai so much and they don't give Haruhi a chance, because Haruhi is that bitch. Okay, the show, you look at it at first and you're like, oh, it's just that one girl, it's just Haruhi, right? But then when you watch the movie, like, or not the movie, the show, well, even in the movie, Haruhi is not really the main character. Kyon is. Everything is from his perspective, and they go through crazy shit in the show. Like, um, basically, the characters. So the girl in the purple hair is an alien, the guy with the brown hair is an Esper, and the girl with orange hair is from the future. And Kyon knows, but Haruhi does not know, because she can't know. So
mhm.
he has to keep it a secret from her. And just goes through their adventures and stuff in the club that they're in. Um, it is tropey. I will say the anime is tropey. I mean, it's an early 2000s anime, and there are certain
Mhm.
aspects of the show that would probably not stand today. And there's a certain arc that I definitely think people should skip in terms of enjoyment, but take those things out, it's so good, and I love it so much.
Okay, yeah. I will definitely give it a shot now.
Yeah, I mean,
I did not think
everyone that I've introduced it to has liked it, so I mean,
yeah,
my
I did
tracker.
not I did not think, like, that anime was that deep.
It is. I know. Like, you think it's not. You think it's not that. That's what I love about it too. It's just like, you think it's not that deep. You think it's just supposed to be fun, silly, little stories of these group of very interesting people, which it is at times. But then you watch the movie and then you're like, holy shit. Like, because the reason why I tell people, like, you gotta watch the show to watch the movie, because when you watch the movie, everything calls back. Like, everything that you didn't think that matters, and it's so beautiful. Like, I love the movie so much. I watch it every December because the thing that happens in the movie happens in December. So
Mhm.
yeah, and like I said, every person that I've introduced, I introduced it to Ivan, I introduced it to one of my mods, and they really, really liked it. So yeah, I
Okay.
everyone watch
Yeah,
Haruhi.
cause
It's so
you
good.
know, I thought Haruhi was like the anime, like, Lucky Star and stuff like
No,
that,
no,
like
no.
like Nichijou. I thought it was, like, anime
No,
like that.
it's like that. Like, there are funny moments, but it is very, like again, because it's, like it's from Kyon's perspective, even in the novel so it's from the light novels. It's from Kyon's perspective. So, like, I don't even know how to describe it, like, I think one of my favorite episodes is one of my favorite arcs is school festival. Like, every slice of life anime got a school festival, but it was one of those ones where, again, the art direction is so nice. Like it feels it's like very mundane, at first. It's like everything's pretty normal. It's the way that they present it that feels like you're a part of it. Like one of the episodes, so in the arc they do a film, like a short film for their club for the school festival, and one of the episodes is the film that they made. So that's the entire episode is a short film that the characters made.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm really passionate about Haruhi.
Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely, I will give it a shot, yeah. I was looking for something to watch, actually, so I'm glad
Yes.
that this was shown.
Yay. And thank you for showing me your recommendations too. I need to watch Free Run. I will watch it. And that movie, what's it called? Everything
All
about
About Lily.
yeah, All
Yeah,
About
All
Lily.
About Lily Chocha.
I will watch that. I will watch that. But thank you so much for rambling about art with me. This is so fun. Probably one of my favorite
Yeah, this is
episodes
great.
now.
This is great,
Um
yeah.
Plug your stuff one last time. Where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me on twitch.tv/hanami. You can follow me on Twitter at, VT_hanami, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. And yeah.